Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Entertainment Expansion. We are your hosts, Tyler Callahan and Mike Ferrante. Mike, how you doing this week?
Well, I'm chilling, Tyler. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good myself. Thank you for asking. Well, I think before we move into anything else in 2021, we obviously have to do our best of and worst of lists and all that, like everyone else. So this episode, we have our best of 2020. This year, we're only going to do top three. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of movies got delayed and were pushed back. So kind of have slim pickings this year, but we both do have a top three. Uh, like usual, we'll just go back and forth. Why we liked it, why it's on the list, why you should watch it. With that being said, Mike, what is number three on your list?
Number three. Well, I got to be honest. For me, they're really in no particular order. It was kind of slim pickings this year for best of movies. I mean, these are three movies that stuck out most to me throughout a very blah year when it comes to cinema. So I'll start it off with The Invisible Man. Now, I know we've talked about this, so I'm not going to be too long-winded with it. But Invisible Man was just pretty much a good take or nice modern take on a classic horror movie. And this movie succeeded in every aspect. No frills, just general uncomfortability. You never know where this guy is, what's going on.
Now, is it a proper horror movie or is it more of a thriller movie? And I'm saying this as someone who hasn't watched it, but I did see the trailers, back when going to a theaters were a thing. And I wasn't sure how Blumhouse was making it.
I mean, it's a little bit of both
Okay.
because there are some genuine horror style movie scenes, but then it's also a thriller in the aspect of he could be in every single shot of the movie and you don't know.
It's true. It's true.
He's like there are scenes he's there, but you just don't know where.
Saves a lot on production too.
It definitely does. So I think that aspect is what really shined for this movie.
Okay. All right. So for my number three, I was kind of going back and forth on this. My issue isn't number one. My issue is like what fits third place. And I was about to go with Hamilton, but then I thought one, it's technically just a recording of a musical.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of playing it safe. So basically, with this and my number two, it was basically my international version this year. I just traveled the world watching movies. Number three is Weathering with You. And I think I may have talked about this on the podcast before when we were doing other lists, but there's an anime movie that came out about 2-3 years ago called Your Name. Same director, new story. Basically, the crux of it is boy runs away to Tokyo, all alone, homeless, meets a girl who helps him out. Turns out she is this mystical weather maiden that can make it rain. So they use it for get rich quick schemes. However, it's actually a curse on her, and the more she uses it, the more she starts to disappear. So you have that conflict back and forth. But otherwise, it's got great animation, it's got a pretty decent story, great music, and I would say an enjoyable watch.
Sounds interesting enough.
It was. What's your number two?
Well, I think I'm gonna have to go with the new Disney Pixar movie Soul. Now we haven't really talked much about this, but I gotta say the animation on it was it's pretty awesome. And it's a lot of it's definitely I feel like a more trippy movie
Yes.
because it's all about astral projection, the afterlife, going through different dimensions. But overall, I don't want to give any spoilers on the movie because I do highly recommend people watch it.
It's not on my list, but I thought great performance from Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey. I will say it's a pretty good movie and definitely better than the other Pixar movie that came out this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to completely agree with that one. This one just felt soulful, if you will.
Do you think because like we're in our mid 20s, it feels more relatable? Like I do feel like a 5 or 6 year old watched this movie, they'd be a little lost toward the end.
Wait, what?
Like not again spoilers, but like the themes in the movies. Like I feel like it relates to more older people than younger people.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I don't know how many people. I mean, I guess jazz is just a backdrop to the movie, but how many young viewers really know what jazz is?
That's true. I mean, how many 5 year olds have watched, Whiplash and La La Land? Not many kids.
No, not at all.
All right. My number two takes me to Europe with Mad Mikkelsen movie called Another Round. I think it's a I believe it's a Danish film. I believe it's a Danish film. So yeah, I'm going way out there. But I saw the trailer for this. I was like, I gotta go watch it. And it's pretty good. So Mads Mikkelsen plays a early to mid 40-year-old school teacher. His main friends are also school teachers, and they're living boring lives for the most part. And they decide to replicate an experiment to see if they can get results, which is you will improve your performance in life, physically, socially, by keeping a certain blood alcohol level. So, obviously, at first starts out as fun, just have a couple beers in the morning throughout the day and all that. And then, they start to try and ramp it up. And what if it's a higher blood alcohol level? Can you even get better and better? And it goes from there. The reason why I think it's a great movie is besides some really good performances, especially Mads Mikkelsen, I felt I got a little bit of an insight to Danish culture. And along with that, it's the theme alcohol is plays a main theme in the movie, but it's not just drinking and drinking. It's why would you drink? What is the purpose for drinking? Some of them get a benefit, like Matt Nicholson, out of initially drinking and doing that, while others don't take it too well, while some of them also facing like a midlife crisis in a sort of way. So definitely worth a watch. Yes, you should put up with the subtitles. It's a good movie.
I mean, that definitely sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does. It's a good mix of comedy and drama. It's not just a drama all the way through.
Yeah.
At least for the first half, there's a lot of comedic moments. But what's your number one movie of 2020?
Well, I mean, it's got to be Trial of Chicago 7. That movie was just awesome to watch. And, we've talked about it before, but
Mhm.
the acting throughout the entire movie is just on point. And, like, how they tell the entire story, flipping basically on trial, going back to events to get the whole story in. Honestly, it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And not only do I agree with you, it's also my number one movie for the year.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
it's
yeah.
something that stood out.
Yeah, it is something that stood out, and I think it came out at a great time right before the election. But
Absolutely.
you know, you and me, by the time fall rolls around, we're looking for those Oscar movies. They ain't coming out. This movie comes out, Aaron Sorkin knocks it out of the park, and I think it surprises us both that it's number one pick for both of us, even with that terrible like last 2 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, the standing ovation definitely.
Mm.
Oh,
Like I will say, if every movie that was supposed to come out this year came out, I don't think this would still be my number one, but it'd be a top five, maybe even top three. Like I don't want to take this away from the movie. It is a great movie. It would have been a top five movie for me anyway, because
yeah.
it is that good. It is that good, and as much as people give Aaron Sorkin shit sometimes about reusing phrases among multiple shows, he has shown with Steve Jobs and with this movie, at least for me, he can write an action-packed scene where everyone is just speaking,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
the standout. Again, no spoilers, but Eddie Redmayne and the defendant lawyer when they're practicing toward the end, again,
yeah.
that's just so. I mean, I'm hoping 2021 more movies are released. Uh, Hopefully, we can do a proper top five next year.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, and hopefully it would be a lot tougher for us. We'll have so many good movies, we don't know what to put in there. I'm hoping we have that issue. But
Yeah, so far,
I mean, you don't know. I mean, look, James Bond. It's in October now. It can still make it, right?
yeah,
Right?
but I mean, the last one wasn't even that good.
Yeah, but if you alternate, that means this one's going to be good. And this is someone who says Quantum Spectre is a good movie.
What Quantum of Spectre? Which one?
The second one,
Yeah, that's Quantum of Solace.
Quantum Falls. See, I'm mixing them all up now. I still think it's a good movie.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one, but
But that's what I'm saying. If everyone yeah, take your opinion. Good movie, bad movie, good movie, bad movie. This is a good movie.
what did you guys think were good movies? Feel free to let us know at Entertainment Expansion at outlook.com. You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We did talk about a few of these movies fully in depth in our prior episode, so give that a watch. Thank you for listening.